Hello, welcome back to my YouTube, I guess. I'm gonna do some book reviews because it's Friday the 13th and I have been cursed by all of my other videos, so I thought I'd make a more chill video and something people can't curse me by because I've been having bad luck or I've been having whatever luck. It's Friday the 13th, so I need to uncurse myself, guys. Hit me up at Sea Witches, please. Since it is Friday the 13th, I think this will be a restart for me, maybe. Unless somehow this video curses me, but I will not say anything about my personal life because I think I am just speaking things into existence, which I am not a fan of right now because I keep getting cursed. So, yeah, I'm gonna do something outside of talking about my personal life because I guess, again, that's cursing me. I'm gonna review books from my personal library. Hope you enjoy. First book, Dracula. I read this in grade 10 and I revised it actually today because I had to look at that for a literacy devices project. And I'm going to rate it an 8.7 out of 10. I think the beginning is super strong, super great imagery, beautiful, kind of gay. But then the middle of it is a lot of just him writing, and it kind of like pretty much beginning, great, middle, end, great. So yeah, like 8 point, I think I said 8.7. I'd stick with that. I'd stick with that. Second book, Twilight. Um, what isn't there to say about this book? It is werewolves and vampires who both want the same girl who's depressed. Who does not love that? It's beautiful. So I think I guess I just did two vampire things back to back, but I suppose I will rate this. I gotta rate it a 9 out of 10. At this point, it's a classic. It's a classic. Always fun, always fun. Hello? I hear a dog outside. Next book, Little Women. Um, Great book. 9.8 out of 10. Beautiful book. Love this book. Um, Louisa May, you have my heart, girl. You know, I want to read a book just about women hanging out. That's 10 out of 10. That's great. I love it. Except it's like 9.8 because no guys, spoiler alert, skip ahead. Um, Rest in peace, Beth. That's the only reason I can't rate a 10 out of 10. But also, like, sometimes you need that tragedy. It's a beautiful book. I recommend. What else do I want to review? I have to go into my stash. Gotta go into my stash. Okay, I got another kind of romance book. I have Swift and Saddled. This is when I was going through my country phase, as one does. If you see, there's you can't see it, but I got proposed to like 2 years ago when I was in high school, and it was also when I was going through my country phase. It says "Country Girl, Shake It For Me" at prom, which obviously I did. Anyways, this is when I was going through my country phase. Is it a phase though? Swift and Saddled. Um, Unfortunately, I was not able to finish this book because the main love interest had the same name as the guy I was talking to who turned out to be a Nazi. So obviously I had to cut him off. And that was in the middle of me reading this book. I know I just said I wasn't going to talk about my personal life, but that was far in the past. I don't even know where that guy is now. But so I had to stop reading that for that reason. So I have to give it. It's probably solid. I liked reading it when I could, but it was like while reading it was probably like a 6 out of 10. But also I think it was because the main love interest name kind of threw me off. This one I'm currently reading. This one is Bunny. I really like this one so far. I have to wait to actually review it fully. But I'm really liking it. It's very much giving Melanie Martinez. It's very much like girly, coquette kind of thing. Studious. I think I'm going to use it for my final project for my English class where we talk about dark academia. I've really enjoyed it. I think the author has a great voice. Anyways, I'm gonna pull out one of my favorite books. I'd say probably one of my favorite books. I loved it so much. I read it last year. That is Bones and All. I wish I had the original cover for it, but I have this cover and I love the book so much. It was so good. And I love Luca Guadagnino too, and he's one of my favorite directors. I did not watch the movie before I read the book. So I don't know. I'd say the movie was I don't know, not as good as the book by far. I think very much too loosely based on it rather than an adaptation in my opinion, but I loved Bones and All. I think it was a great story about a girl who's lost, a girl who has like parental issues, a girl who's trying to figure out herself. I think obviously it's about like mental health and things like that. It is such a great book. I recommend this to anyone. I think the author has a great voice. I've been wanting to read some more of Camille de Angelis, I think. Yeah, de Angelis. She great book. I have to rate this probably a 10 out of 10. I would read this over and over and over again. I love this book so much. My next book, Normal People. So this one I actually did watch the TV show beforehand, but I did really enjoy the book as well. I thought it was really good. My friend did not like the book at all. But I really enjoyed it. I think it's great. I thought very, not very, but pretty realistic on how a lot of younger relationships end up. I thought this was amazing book. I think I'd have to read it. Mm, maybe like an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty solid book. Okay, now I need to get into a negative review. Tender as the Flesh. My friend warned me. Shout out to you if you're the friend, you know who you are. I love you, you're a horse girl, I love you. I just need to say that so you know who you are for sure. I love you. Um, warned me that this book was a little too on the nose, and she was straight on. I did not enjoy this book. I think it was unfortunate. The voice was awful. It felt like I was almost reading AI. It was like there was no real expression I felt in the writing. It was pretty much when reading it, it felt like the author felt like the readers were children and needed to be spoon fed all the information about this dystopian world. It's way too, like my friend said, it's way too on the nose. I did not enjoy this book. I think I have to rate it maybe like a 3.2 out of 10. I really did not enjoy this book. It was not for me. I have a lot of books. Goodness. Where's all my good books? Where'd they go? Okay, this is Sunrise on the Reaping. This is going to be a dual review. Sunrise on the Reaping, Ballad of Songbirds and Stinks. I thought this book was pretty solid. I definitely don't think it's her best work, but I'd say definitely like a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty solid, pretty good. Um, just maybe not my favorite. Now, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I think this was her second best book. Though I did talk about this when it came out with some of my film friends about how it seemed like she used a ghostwriter, which I'm not accusing her of. It just felt like the voice from the original series to this was very different. But I love this so much. I think having pretty much an unreliable narrator is very interesting. I really like that in stories sometimes. And I think the obsession and seeing his point of view, and he's an asshole. Like they did not show it in the movie as much, but he's an asshole. Like he's such an awful person, awful dude, awful dude. Oh, I forgot to review that one. I'd say I need to stop rating things so high, but I just love like the books I read, especially if I finish them. I usually have to love them to finish them. That's what she said. I don't know what I'd rate that. Okay. I'm gonna whip out a graphic novel because why not? I have a lot of graphic novels and other things like that, comic books and stuff. I'm not gonna review my comics. It's more just this is the only one I'm gonna whip out. I have like oh yeah, Samina Side Pum Pun or Goodnight Pum Pun as well over there, but I'm not gonna review that either right here. This is just a chill video. I'm trying to uncurse myself on Friday the 13th as I'm filming this because again, I just keep cursing myself. Anyways, in real life, I first read this book when I was in in grade 7, and I loved it so much. I haven't read this book in a long time, but it was so good. I think the art was so beautiful. I think the storytelling was really great. I think, especially, and he stopped saying I think, but nowadays with video games and stuff being so common, especially making like online friends, I think it was a very interesting way to tell that kind of point of view where it shows the main character really like literally being immersed in her video games, and I think that was really interesting, and I loved the art in this book, and I definitely think this was a really great book too. mm, I need to stop rating things so high, but again, I just love these books. I'd say this is like a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna start having categories for the things I review because yeah, this is a book from my past. This used to be my favorite book because I was a pretentious loser. I think it's still pretty good of a book. I haven't read it in a long time, but this is No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. I also have The Setting Sun. Yes, I also have The Setting Sun. I think this novel is really interesting from what I remember. I haven't read it in a long time, but I think it does something kind of similar. I'm weird comparison, but I just mentioned it to Ballad of Songbirds of Snakes, where the main character is kind of awful, and I know this is loosely based on Osamu Dazai's life, but he seems like an asshole. He wants to kill himself. He wants to do like a suicide pact with this girl. It's like the poor girl, and he does not care about her. That's what I remember. I remember thinking, you kind of suck. Beautifully written, but you suck. I think I would definitely need to read it again. This definitely used to be my favorite book. Again, pretentious loser. I think I'd have to say, from what I remember, I think now if I were to reread it, I'd probably rate it a 5 out of 10. He sucks. But I do remember it being written quite beautifully. I feel like this is making me wonder where the rest of my books are. I've had so many, but I guess I have a bunch here, but I don't want to review a bunch of these. Mm. I suppose that's it for my book review because I don't really feel like getting. Oh my gosh, it's been 17 minutes. I don't really feel like getting more books out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this video uncursed me because all of my other videos I have been cursed, and I think maybe I will get cursed again if it has to do with what I talked about with the country book. But that's the only thing in my personal life I brought up, I think. Pretty sure. So don't curse me, universe, or whoever's cursing me, or the Etsy witches. Yeah, I'm just hoping not to be cursed. Anyways, that's all I have to say. If anyone wants to send me a book, I will read it and I will review it. And I think I should maybe do some movie reviews because the Oscars are coming this Sunday. I'm so hyped for that. Yeah, that's all I have to say.